So let's go into our Wuji stance, feet flat on the floor, knees slightly bent. Let's just shift our weight a little bit side to side so you get a sense of how your foot is making contact with the ground, and then just make it smaller and smaller. Until it stops. And you feel both sides of your feet making contact with the ground. Then just a little weight shift forward, back. So you feel the balls and the heel of your feet making contact. And then slow that down. And now kind of just turn little circles and see if you can kind of get to the point where you feel all the points of your feet, pushing down a little bit with your toes even, to where they're all making contact with the ground. And then just stop the movement. Bring your hips in the line so the coccyx is pointing down towards the floor. Let your shoulders drop down around in front of you. So we've got not the greatest posture, if you will. Your shoulders are slightly rounded forward. That brings the arms in front of you. Arms are relaxed. You're not holding them up. They're just hanging. Feel like the top of the head is being lifted upward, elongating the spine. And tuck the chin in just a little bit so we have nice, straight, flat neck. Breathe in and out through the nose. Nice, deep abdominal breathing. So as you breathe in, the abdomen extends outward. You pause and you breathe out by compressing the abdomen towards the spine, pushing the air all the way up and out your nose. You then pause again, and then you start the inhalation over. And for now, just focus on the breath. Sense what the air feels like as it enters your nostril. Notice that changes as it's drawn all the way down to the lower dantian, or lower energy center, warming that energy center. And then on the exhale, that warm air coming all the way up and out your nostrils. Now try to feel the energy just flowing down your body, down the legs, out the bottoms of your feet, flowing deep into the earth, connecting with the center of the earth. And as you connect to the earth rises up to meet you. Let's start today working a little bit with the joints. So put your hands out in front of you and just kind of waggle your fingers like you're playing a piano really fast. Just waggle the fingers. Good. Now shake at the wrists with palms down. Just let the hands flop. So the forearms hardly move. It's just flopping of the wrists, the hands. And turn palms up, more or less facing you. Again, just move them around. Bring them out to the side. Bring them up above. And do it behind. Good. Just stop for a moment. See if you can feel all of that energy moving through your hands. Now we're going to karate chop the air. So the hands are coming straight forward and really vigorously. Feel the fingers getting heavier and heavier as you basically karate chop the air. Remember always to stay within your comfort zone. If for any reason this is uncomfortable, just slow it down or back off. That's true with any of the movements that we do. You always want to stay in your comfort zone. You never want to feel uncomfortable. You certainly never want to feel any pain. Good. Just stop. Just take a moment to feel the energy moving through the fingers. Let's do the movement from Jijin Jing. So we're going to point our fingers down to the floor, thumbs straight ahead. We're going to stretch our fingers as far apart as you can. Holding that tension, you lift it up. And then relax, bring it into the chest. Then we go into what's called baby chicken, pushing down with the fingers in the top of the hand. And then relax, bring them in. Push them out with the heels of the hands, pulling the fingers back. Relax. Then with the pushing with the fingertips to the horizon, stretching the fingers wide apart. Then bring it all the way in and down. So we breathe in and we breathe out as we relax. We breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out all the way down. One more time. Good. Bring your hands together, interlace the fingers. Bring the forearms together and turn figure eights. And reverse. Keep the forearms together, the hands in front of you. So the only thing that's turning over are your wrists, pretty much. Good. Bring the sides of your hands together. We're going to be hitting just below the pinkies. Then at the wrists. Turn them over at the base of the thumbs. And cross at the wrist. And hit the using the outside of the wrist on, hit the inside of the wrist of the other. Opening up the inner and outer gates. And switch. Good. Turn your wrists. And if you want, you can add another element to this. We can also work on the ankles. So we're going to turn the ankles. For good one for balance, for opening up the ankles as well as the wrist. Good. And switch if you're doing the feet, and go the opposite direction with your wrists. Find that focal point about 12 feet in front of you or on a wall. Just that will help really maintain your balance. Good. Put one hand over your elbow basically and go around the arm. Nice friction rub here. And the opposite. Let's wake up large intestine 11, also known as the antibiotic point. So you're going to make a bird's beak with your fingers. So you're turning them, putting them onto the thumb. And then just hit the area just inside the bone here of your elbow. Just tap in there. And now the opposite side. Good. Keeping your fingers at the bird's beak, put them basically just inside the crease in your shoulder. So they're just basically on the chest muscle here. And using your elbows, turn big circles as that pushes the fingers in. and reverse. Now we're going to alternate. So we really pick the elbow up on this and feel that stretch down the rib cage as you're doing this, while you're also stimulating those points in the front of the shoulder. And reverse. Really try to open the chest. Good. Let's make it an open fist. So we're not completely closing it. We're keeping it partially open. So there's like a little cup here. We're going to tap in that same spot just to stimulate the lung meridian. Then with an open palm, slap down the inside of the arm, all the way to the fingertips, and then flip over to the back of the hand, come up, the shoulder, the back of the neck, and then go back to the front, go down again. Back up. One more time. Stay behind the neck for a moment. Opening up especially the gallbladder and triple warmer meridians. Good, then come back to an open fist on the opposite shoulder. Breathe here with these any way you want. Basically breathe in through the nose and then either out through the nose or out through the mouth, depending on what feels right. You always want to breathe in through the nose. Good, an open palm down the inside, all the way to the fingertips. Flip it over, come up the outside. Up the shoulder to the back of the neck. The front. Last time. Stay again at the neck a little bit longer this time. Good. Let's do nice big shoulder rolls. Let the arms just hang. So this is entirely out of the shoulders. And reverse. And stop. Good. Let the arms swing side to side. Just let them swing. The hands just kind of are along for the ride. And now change it front to back. And slow it down. Let the hands point towards the earth. Feel that connection to the earth. Bring the energy up through the soles of your feet, up the legs, up the torso, into the chest. And then move your hands over to the left side off your shoulder here, palms facing your head. You're going to look to the right as you turn your palms away, and then you're going to push out with the heels of your hands. So the fingers come back a little bit. You breathe in, look at the outer palm coming at you. Breathe out, look away and push away. Make sure to get a pause between the breaths. One more time. You push away. We're going to come all the way to the chest. Press it down. Gather fresh energy, bring it up, and then go to the right shoulder. Away and press away. We look at the palm as it comes in towards us, and we look to the horizon as we look away. One more time. Bring it into the center and push it down to the ground. Let's do a lung clearing. So we're going to lift the energy up as we rise up on our toes, bring it into the chest. Breathing in, breathe out as you push it down and your feet come back to the floor. Twice more. Come up onto the toes and down. Good. Put your thumbs right in the groove on either side of the spine. As you breathe out, tilt the head back and let the thumbs go up in there. Sorry, you breathe in as the thumbs go in. Move the thumbs about 1/4 of an inch outward and do it again. And we do it one more time. They're about as far as they can go without hitting bone. And then we start over. One more time, each point. Good. Let's do chin tucks. So the chin's going to stay flat. I'm just going to reach out and then I'm going to pull it all the way in. Breathe out as you push out. Breathe in as it comes in. One more time. Good. And just turn your head side to side. See how far you can comfortably get around. See if each time you look over the shoulder, you get a little further around. Last time. Back to center. Good. Bring your left hand up. Put your fingertips into a little groove here just on the back of the shoulder. Using your right hand, pull that elbow down, get those fingers to dig in a little deeper. Breathe in, shift the fingers just a little bit, breathe out, pull it down. Working your way kind of up to the neck and then back down. Last one. Good, and switch sides. Find a groove close to the shoulder. Lift the elbow up and then push down with the opposite hand, digging those fingers in a little bit.
Steve, you're freezing.
Sorry. Is that better? Ginger, is that working better now?
Go ahead. Let me see you move. No, you're frozen right now.
Huh.
Now you move. Now you're good.
Okay, I apologize. I don't know what the problem is.
You were not frozen for me.
I'm not,
Okay.
You're not frozen here either.
Okay.
I'm good.
So Ginger, it must be an issue with your receiving it. You did, okay? So let's go back to the shoulder, dig in. Breathe out as your fingers go into the groove. Breathe out as you relax. Work your way up to the neck and into the neck. And work your way back down. One more time. Good. Just wiggle the shoulders a little bit. Put your hands up and turn from the waist. And look over the shoulders. You turn. Do it slowly and gently. Try to feel each vertebra turning in place. With our hands in this position, you should feel it especially in the upper back. Feel the shoulder blades loosening up. Now drop your hands down just a little below chest height, like you're on a high table. Feel this more in the mid back. And then let your arms just hang and start to strike your body, knocking on the door of life. Get around a little bit further each time, looking over the shoulder. Let the arms move through the momentum rather than lifting them. Chinese say they hang like ribbons of silk. And slow it down to water waves, where the fingers just moving through the air, moving through the energetic field around you, the Wei Qi, protective field of energy. Slow it down a little more. Let's go right into spinal cord breathing. So the elbows come up above your shoulders, but they're bent. So you've got this bend in them. The key to this posture is your hips. As you go back and you're looking up towards the ceiling, your hips go back. So we make a nice arch here in the lower back. We look up to the ceiling, then we pull the elbows down, feeling the shoulder blades come down and together, opening up the whole chest. Get a little pause here, a little extra stretch. Then we breathe out, palms facing you, forearms come together, chin tucks into the chest. The hips move towards the elbows, so they move forward, arching your back now the opposite direction. Pause again here, a little extra stretch, then breathe in. And then breathe out. Stay within your comfort range. Make sure to move the hips, opening up the spaces between the vertebrae. One more. Good, and just come around, put your thumbs just above the hip bone on either side of your spinal column and lean back in and dig those thumbs in. Breathe out as you relax and lean forward. Move the thumbs up about 1/2 an inch or so up, and then do it again. And just keep repeating till you get to as high as comfortable, or you start to hit bone of the rib cage. And then work your way down. One last one. Keeping your hands right at the bottom there, just turn so the thumbs are now out, and give your kidneys a nice rub. And keeping your hands on your hips, you probably want to now put your thumbs towards the back. Nice big hip rotations. Try not to move the shoulders or the head. It's all out of the hips. Try to stabilize the knees. Reverse. Come down to the area, the leg crease here. The Chinese call this the qua, with an open fist. Just tap up and down the qua. Opening the leg gates. Couple more. Good. Now work your way down the outside of the legs till you get to the knees, and just stay on the outside of the knees with a cupped, open hand. Continue down the outside, round the toes, up the inside till you get to the inside of the knees, tap there. Tap behind the knees. Come back to the inside and work your way up to the qua. Come over to the belly button and come up the right, down the left, up to the diaphragm, down just below the belly button. Good. Push down from the kidneys, down the outside of the legs, up the inside, up through the quad, come right around again. So we're just gonna do this a couple times. Last one. Good. Put your hands over your knees, feet about shoulder width apart. So the palms of your hands are just above the kneecaps. First off, give a nice rub. Now we're going to turn both knees outward and bring them in. And reverse. Bring your feet together and turn the knees together. Doesn't matter which direction. Try to feel the warmth of the energy coming out of the palms, going into the knees. And reverse. Again, give them a nice rub. Good. Come back to standing with feet fairly close together. Let's do golden rooster, stands on one leg. So first off, let's just start with hands pointing to the earth. Find that focal point in front of you, and just as you breathe in, lift it up. Pause, breathe out as it goes down. Switch to the opposite leg. Transfer your weight first, then breathe in, pause, breathe out. Let's just do that a couple times. Last one. Good. Now let's do the full posture. So I'll mirror you. As your left knee comes up, your right hand comes up as well, palm facing to the side with like a 90-degree bend to the arm. So it comes up and then they go down together. Then the opposite comes up and they go down together. Golden rooster stands on one leg. Do it with the breath. So you breathe in, pause, breathe out. Couple more. Last one. And down. Good. We're going to raise up on our toes 9 times. As you breathe in, just come right up on the toes. Breathe out and drop and let the whole body just kind of relax and shake. Breathe in. Breathe out through the mouth. Kind of lost count. I think this is the last one. Good. Just see if you can feel that energy moving through your body. Notice where it's not. Notice where you may have some muscular tension, maybe a little pain. Notice where you have energetic stagnation. Just become aware of it and then move on. Good. Let's do a little one call out of yin yi. Heels kick backward. So we're just simply going to transfer our weight and we're going to try and have our heel hit our butt. So we just come up like that. Couple more. And stop. Good. Let's do bringing down the heavens. So feet shoulder width apart, palms up. As you breathe in, gather the energy. Feel the weight of the energy in your palms. We pause our breath. And as we exhale through our nose, we push the energy down through the top of the head, down the torso, down the legs, deep into the ground. Twice more. Good. Bring your hands up. So there's about shoulder width and about chest height. And we're just simply going to move them side to side. The idea here, though, is there's no shoulder movement, there's no waist movement. So notice once I get here, I got it, my shoulder's going to come out, my waist is going to come out, my knees. This is just with this part of the chest moving it. So it's just this. Just do that. Slow it down. Feel the chest open and close as you move from side to side. Now do one palm up. And you're moving towards this side where the palm is down. So we're flipping as we get to the end. This is called uniting original chi. One more time. Come back to the center. Push down. Centering. Bring your feet together, or as close together as you're comfortable. Put your right hand under your belly button, so the lower dantian is about 2 inches below your belly button. We want this hand just below that, cupping that lower dantian. Left hand scoops out, fingers separate, especially the thumb and the first finger. Then as you're breathing out, that thumb faces the center line of your body as it slowly comes all the way down. When you get to the bottom, you switch. Breathe in. Breathe out. As that hand comes down the center line of your body, see if you can feel the energy coming out of that gap between the thumb and the first finger. Call this the tiger's mouth. Centering balances the energies of the three dantians. We have the upper dantian by the forehead, the middle dantian by the heart, the lower dantian in the abdomen. One more time each side. Really try to feel that energy as you kind of polish that pole, if you will. And then finish with one hand over the other, doesn't matter which. Your thumb is about the height of your belly button. That puts your palms about 2 inches below the belly button, either holding at the wrist or intertwining the webs of the thumbs. And just feel all that energy coming out of the palms, going into that little pearl, which is your lower dantian. That little pearl is absorbing that energy, absorbing that white light, absorbing that heat. And as it gets brighter and warmer, starts to spiral down your legs and up your torso, spreading that energy throughout your body, dispelling any darkness, any stagnation, any blockages, until every part of your body is aglow with the light. And then allow that light to expand beyond your body, encasing you in a protective cocoon. And as you float weightlessly inside the cocoon, become aware of what it feels like to be safe, to be healthy, to be at peace. Take a deep breath in and gather those feelings and take them with you for the rest of the day. Thank you.